Alright, hey there, welcome back, and thank you for tuning into part 2 of the best custom Reaper shortcuts. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at some more shortcuts to do with automating and mixing and mastering. So to kick things off, our first shortcut will be looking at how to show and hide our active envelopes. So if I go ahead and hit my shortcut Alt-E, that brings up all my current active envelopes, and I can see everything that's going on. And then if I want to, I can just hit Alt-E again and it will instantly remove them all. So it's a very good shortcut, very handy for just cleaning up your window very quickly. So for this one, it's very simple. You're just going to want to search for toggle envelopes, and you'll come down to find this one here that says toggle show all active envelopes for all tracks. There's a few different ones here that vary slightly. You might want to just toggle your active envelopes for the tracks you have selected, but I like to see everything I'm working with at once, so I use this one here, and I put it on Alt-E, E for envelope, so it's a little bit easy to remember for me. The next one is also to do with envelopes, and this one will allow us to insert envelope points very easily. So if I go ahead and bring up this volume lane here, normally, say I want to just increase the volume of this selected area, right? You'd have to insert a point here, and then one also here and here, so that when you drag it up, it doesn't affect the volume of these other areas. And then you'd have to, carefully drag these across, making sure that you're not changing the volume, which I've already butchered horribly. And so now that means that I'm going to have these really gradual volume changes, which, it's really just such a pain. So a much easier way to do this is if we just go back into our action list, what you want to search for is insert, and it will be this first one here. It says insert 4 envelope points at time selection. So what this does is that allows us to just select a period of time and make sure you have your volume lane selected, and then I just press my shortcut and boom, it's already inserted 4 envelope points, and I can just drag this up or down. Very, very easy, no hassle. I have this one set to the asterisk on my number pad, but of course you can assign it to wherever you like. Our next one, again, looking at some more automating, is toggling the type of automation which you can record in. So if I just get rid of this lane here and we'll open this up, if you want to record in some automation using some faders, you'll need to right click this button here and either select touch or latch or one of these. And that can be a bit of a hassle, you have to drag your track down and then etc. But if you can just do it with a shortcut, then why not? So for this one, jump back into the action list and search toggle touch, and it will be this one here, toggle track between touch and trim read modes. I have mine on Control-Shift-L. Not really sure why that is. I think it's because I associate L with latch, and all the T shortcuts are kind of already taken. But that just means that when I have my mixer, I can just select one track, Control-Shift-L, and then it's onto the touch mode, and I can use my fader on my keyboard to record in that automation. Very, very handy. Next one, we're going to be looking at a shortcut which will be useful for all of us who work with video and composing to film or stuff like that. So for those of you who do, you'll know that if you have a video inserted in your track, in your project, that if you have any tempo changes in your music, it will actually affect the speed of your track if you don't have the correct time base. So what you should be doing is selecting your video track, coming down to set track time base and clicking time. But again, very easy shortcut. Just search for track time base, and it'll be this one here, set track time base to time. I have mine set to Alt-V for video. And then, it's also good for working with sound effects, so you can just highlight, all of those tracks and Alt-V instantly set it to the correct time base. Now let's get on to some shortcuts to do with mixing and mastering. So for our first one, we'll be taking a look at how to bypass your effects on and off on your selected track. So for this one, open up your action list and search bypass FX. Bypass. And you'll find this one here which says toggle effects bypass for last touch track. I like to use last touch track over current track just in case I've deselected it, and I have this one bound to Shift B for bypass. But this one is very useful for mixing, as it allows you to, quickly A/B the changes you've made, and just make sure that you're actually, improving your track with the effects that you're running. So that one's a very quick and very easy one, but also very useful. And we've got one more shortcut for you today, and that is going to be this little mono button, switching the output on your master bus from stereo to mono. This one comes in handy for checking things like phase and any other issues, just making sure that between mono and stereo, everything is consistent and it's going to sound good in any situation. So for this one in your action list, you'll want to search toggle master, and it's this top one here that says toggle stereo mono. I have this one bound to control squiggly key, the one next to the 1 key up the top. Not really sure why, I just found it convenient. And it just, like before, it's easy to toggle on and off while you're playing and just check for things like phase, as I said. So those two are really easy ones, but very handy for your mixing and mastering stage. And that's everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, feel free to subscribe. I've got some more videos coming up to do with composing and working in Reaper. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.